Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, Bleulotus.Gardens. My name is Bleu Phoenix, my pronouns are she, her. Welcome to Plant Care Tuesday. Plant Care Tuesday is a Tuesday where I dedicate my found knowledge on plant care, on plants, plant species, any planting knowledge that I've obtained. So also, I've been thinking about going live for these kind of days, so let me know if that's something that you want me to do, and I'll definitely go live every now and then to talk about about Plant Care Tuesdays. This Plant Care Tuesday, I wanted to share with you all how to rescue a plant, specifically a philodendron. So I'm going to be talking about pest control, growth rate. I'm going to talk about plant care, so like watering, humidity, fertilizing, feeding, all of that, and then also just a little bit more tips. Also the substrates, so we're going to go a little in depth on it. I'm probably going to be a little chatty about this, and I'm trying to kind of keep it as short as possible, but I just like sharing as much as I can with you all. So definitely let me know how you like this video, and on to the video. Alright, so in today's Plant Care Tuesday, we're going to be identifying pests and also how to treat this. And this is unfortunately my Philodendron Mcdowell. The Philodendron Mcdowell has these EFNs that will usually be exuded from the foliage, and that's usually it's fine. It's just like a natural thing that the plant does, and the EFNs are called electrophoral nectarines, and that's what kind of like that has like a relationship, symbiotic relationship in the when it's in the wild with animals. So it like the pest, it'll eat the pest. The ants will eat the pest because it's like a sugary substance, or like other animals, from my knowledge at least. But I also have my book here with me. This is the Greenhouse Expert by Dr. D.G. Hassan. So definitely one to get if you really want to like kind of like know more about general pests and how to like identify them and go about it. So I've been referring to this book ever since I started getting into like gardening and horticulture. So it's just like that's what it is. And then I'll like add this onto my website. I'm gonna do a blog as well, so I'm typing up a blog for the Hoya Plant Care Tuesday. So I'm a little behind. There's just trying to get into doing this more like where I do a blog also for Plant Care Tuesday. So you could also refer to it like if you don't want to watch the video, or just don't have time to watch the video. So you could just like quickly scan through it and look at what we spoke about it in the video. So in this one, this is, I believe, pretty much like from not thrips, because I thought it was thrips. It's basically just like spider mite damage. So that's how I identified it, and as it's gone, this time's gone, it's just shown that's what I think it's most commonly is. And also I think the soil is just like not it for this one, at least. It's been in the same soil for like forever. So what I generally use is whenever I want to like clean the foliage, is I have some water and a little damp towel, and then we'll just like clean the foliage like this. And this really helps out a lot whenever you do this, because it'll also eliminate any pest that is on your plant. So definitely like take some time to do this if you can, and then it's really easy. All you have to do is just like hold the foliage like this. I do it in between my hands like this, and then that way I damage it less. And then you should also do it underneath as well. And then I have these in my shop as well. I have some smaller versions of it. They're the TC ones that I've acclimated out, and so definitely try to, if you like those, try them out. see how they go. They're really fast growing. They've grown really fast from my perspective, at least, because from other aeroids that I've acclimated, I still have a little Schweppia that's been small since like a year ago or so. Like it's still there. I really knew that, but so that's what you do. You want to make sure that you clean the foliage and it's wiped down, and that helps eliminate any pests that might be on the plant, because that's just like how it is. Soil will sometimes have it, and it's just natural. But what I want to do is propagate it. But what I'm going to do is clean this off as good as possible. Remove it from the substrate. It's gonna be garden soil now. And I have a little vacuum over here, so when I'm done, I can just vacuum up all the soil that is on the floor. I'll go outside also and just like clean off the roots better. That's usually what I do when I try to propagate. But as you see, here it is. Here are the roots. You see that? So these are the roots. They're pretty healthy, so we're gonna keep them. And you know whenever they're not healthy, whenever you tug on them and they start to like fall off, or they're mushy, and sometimes they really smell bad. So those are some good signs. What I'm gonna do is remove all these sheaths from the plant. I usually have a little scraper also that I use to kind of get in there, but it's fine. Just kind of like know exactly where I'm going to cut, because you want to make sure you don't cut the node of the plant. And this can be done with like other plants as well. You know, like plants that have this kind of like, these are crawlers. So what I mean is like they will crawl, so they want to grow outwards. You see. And so what I was thinking is just like taking it off from the stem, like right here. Or just cutting and then letting this like grow out. Probably doing that, since it already has like a couple good like nodes right here. So let's do that. Make sure I don't cut into the other node. Do it like that. And as you see, as we cut, we have this like node exposed over here. So definitely we have like a new plant that will grow from here. What I use is to make sure there's no like bacteria that enters the wounds is I callus it with sulfur and also rooting hormone. So do that. So at times I also use like cinnamon. That works as great as well. Put that there. Oops. Don't want to bend it too much, but just enough to where I can maneuver it around here. And there you go. So we'll this will just like what I like doing is just like letting it like set out in the out here for like at least like a day, so like overnight sometimes also. That's what I'll be doing. And then as you could also see, let me put it here, this is the new growth right here. That's the cataphyll. This is the stem. This is the foliage. It looks ugly but she's fine. And then here are some nodes, as you see, like right there, then also right up here. And that's like where the new plants will emerge, so like new growth will emerge from there. And then also on top, what I'm going to do is after it's calloused off is place it in some leca. So I'm going to put some leca, put in in a bowl in there, and then just like let it root out there, and then transfer it over to some soil. But for now, I just want to like let it out like that. Let's get the rest of this also. The Philodendron Mcdowell. My chickens. The Philodendron Mcdowell is definitely like one of my favorites out of the aeroids to care for. And I think the TC versions are a little bit more easier than the I think they're a little bit easier than the non-TC versions. And that's just like from my experience. I mean, everybody has different experiences. Wondering where I can cut. I gotta make sure I don't cut into the node of the planet. There we go. Nice good chunk. It'll look like this whenever you're done with it. Also, it needs to be calloused. And then what I do for the meanwhile, like this, still like gets hydrated with water, but it doesn't dehydrate and cause the whole plant to rot. So do that. This is how I keep it. Put in some water, set it off to the side. And I could like definitely like cut more into it and have more nodes, but I don't like having a lot of multiple little propagations around a lot because it's gonna whenever I have a lot of them, it just never works out for me. Most of them all will just not make it. But yeah, this leaf gotta go. As long as there's no pests. The other one did have pests. So I also use like a couple of so I spray down this towel with a little bit of Captain Jack's dead bug brew. It kills spider mites on there as well, so I use a lot of this for the McDowells. It's pretty affordable and it works pretty well. I don't have to use it all the time, but when I do, I just make sure I wipe down the foliage with this, and then just also spray it down. But I make sure to keep it away from like any like lighting that might, any supplemental lighting or any like harsher bright indirect light that might come from the outside, because it will damage the foliage, especially if it's like a more tender leaf plant. It will definitely damage it. So it's good to know if you're ever trying to do that. And then also what's good to use is sulfur. This is the sulfur that I use. It's the Bonnie one. It's great to use on your plants. It's great to use on your soil. Kill all the other good bugs if your plant does have any good bugs in it. So, or you like if it like in a substrate or something like that. So definitely keep that in mind when you're using the sulfur. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So I hope that helps you with like how to like care for a plant that has like a little bit more of like a pest damage to it, and we learned about EFNs and the Philodendron Mcdowell, you know, and I think it's great, you know, if you have experience growing the Philodendron Mcdowell from my shop, let me know in the comments down below, or any other plants, let me know. I always like hearing about people's growth with the plants that I have sold on my shop. Alright, y'all have a great day wherever it's at. Take care. Bye everyone.